hashtag replay if you're watching this on replay. And otherwise, hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is going to be a fun night. If you're hearing this okay, if you see me okay, give me a wave or put a 5 in the comments. Or if you're watching on the replay, grateful to have you on today. I do a lot of these calls, but I'll tell you today, I'm a little nervous, to be honest. And the reason why I'm nervous is because I feel like the topic today, we're going to get raw. We're going to talk about some really cool things that are going to be transformative. And I'd encourage you to come in with an open mind, a pen, pencil, whatever that it is, something to jot down some things. Because I know there's going to be information today. I'm expectant for breakthrough. I'm expecting that you're going to be transformed from this. And that's why you're on this, right? The reason you're here is you heard about this from someone, that this information could potentially transform your life financially, in your health, in something in your life. And I hope that's why we're all here. If that's why you're here right now, put a me in the comments below, because that's why I'm here. I'm hoping to gain that as well too. And we're going to have a good time together, right? So in a bit, I'm going to bring up some special guests, and I can't wait to share their story with you. Any moment now, I might have to change their title. Actually, I already have to change this, but we're going to be joined by some special guests. James and Angel, on this flyer, it says they're vice presidents. You might not know what that means, but it's a pretty cool title. I'll explain that in a bit. Already, I actually know they outdid that, and they might outdo it again. But we're going to be talking about a very important topic of how to make money from your phone, how to build a global virtual franchise, but more importantly, why network marketing pros are calling this opportunity their forever home. Now, I know that on this line, we have multiple different types of people. We have people that you have no idea what network marketing is. Like, you don't know what MLM is. You're like, huh, what is that thing, right? There's others of us, maybe you've heard of it before, but maybe you've never been involved with it before. To be honest, there's some of us, like when I got started in this, that I heard about it and I'm like, oh, get away from me. You know, let's be real. Who here's ever heard about some type of network marketing company before? Put a 1 in the comments to give you a wave, right? Like, I think most people have by now, the Amways, the Herbalifes, the Avons, like the Tupperwares, the things like that. And let's also be real. No one grows up thinking they're going to be in network marketing. Like, it's not on the job application. It's not on career day, right? It's not like, oh, I'm going to be a doctor, an astronaut, and network marketer. Like, I've never met anyone like that. There is, correct me if I'm wrong on that. So there's a lot of different people that are in these shoes, but also there's another group that have been involved in network marketing and you have achieved success in network marketing. But there's also aspects that are not so pretty in anything in life, but including in this business as well too. And there have been issues that have happened within our amazing profession. So today we're going to talk about all types of aspects of that. And at the end, if you see opportunities here, then we'll give you an opportunity to partner with us and be able to run with us, because we believe we have something absolutely special. All right. So with that, if we haven't met before, my name is James Zheng. I've been a network marketing professional for the past 15 years, the last 13 years in the same company, and been top earners in that. But I never thought I'd be involved in this. I was a 19-year-old broke college student at Berkeley trying to be a medical doctor. And then I got introduced to this crazy thing. I thought it was a pyramid. I thought it was crazy. I thought it was unethical. It was straight up, I was your most negative prospect in the world, you know? But what happened was I learned about the value of leveraged income, residual income. I loved the people that were there and I loved the power. And then I became an advocate, and I'm like, all right. And I sucked for a long time. I learned the training though. And eventually you can only suck for so long. And it did well enough where I didn't need a job for quite a while. But it got to a point where we did achieve multiple 6 figures in our business. We did achieve a very great place, but then negative things happen as well too. And whether that's happened to you in business or in life, who here has ever had a downturn in your life before, right? Give me a wave or put a me in the comments below. That's all of life, right? That's just the reality of life. And we almost lost everything because of other situations. But it got to the point where we said, maybe we should never do this thing again. Fortunately, I have an amazing wife, and I feel like God spoke through her and gave me faith one more time to dream again. And out of that, this is what I've realized. And this is what's happened in network marketing as well, too. I believe I'm going to submit to you 5 things today that would make an amazing opportunity. And I wonder if you might agree with me or not. And we're going to bring up James and Angel in a bit, and we'll see. I bet we're going to be aligned on this, okay? So number one, I believe if you want a great opportunity, you need a viral product that works, that's safe, and it solves a really big problem that people need, okay? Number two, I believe you need a compensation plan that pays people the right ways. Who here wants to make sure if you do work, you get paid well, right? Like, I know I'm passionate about what we do, but you also want to get paid as well too. What's up, Cindy? Great to see you. I'm excited as well too. Number three, you also need a system of growth. You need something that the normal person can latch onto and make money fast, but also if you keep on doing it, can do something amazing. Cindy McKnight, she's the creator of something we'll talk about, basically created a system of growth where you can grow to 6 figures in 6 months if you're really committed to that, right? Put a 6 in the comments if that sounds remotely interesting to you. You know, we'll talk about that a bit. Number 4, awesome. We got a lot of serious people today. Number 4, a company that partners and champions the field. It's a big one. And the final piece, you can have all those other ones, but the final piece I believe is this. You need an amazing support community. If you have these 5 things, a great product, a comp plan that pays, a system of growth, a company that supports the field, and supporting community, I think you got some rock solid stuff. If that sounds at all like it resonates, put a 5 in the comments. And don't take my word for it. We'll kind of walk you through a little bit of these. Okay, so I'm going to yap just a quick bit. I'm just going to run through a little bit of this. But I'd rather you just hear from James and Angel in just a bit. All right. So the company is called Partner Co. We just relaunched around 1 year ago. We're 50 plus markets around the world already. And when it comes to products, they're tested, they're certified, they work, they're effective, they're safe. We run on 10, 20 years of backed scientific type of stuff. We have many brands of products, but one in particular that's been very viral, the internet has dubbed it skinny drops. In fact, if you've used these at all, put a me in the comments below, like, and they're body balancing, hormone balancing drops, put them 3 times on your tongue, helps support your cravings, your thyroid, your hormones. And we've noticed better mood, better sleep, better energy. And the byproduct is the average woman can lose around half a pound a day if they're actually using it for weight loss, but it does way more than that. So we've seen effects like for me, I lost 25 pounds in 40 days and I got abs. If you got results, by the way, put it in the chat here as well too. What happened with you when you use these? It works for all types. Those that are going through menopause like Lily lost 26 pounds in a couple of months. Awesome. We have Mary Jo. She was a mom and she gained a lot of weight. She couldn't get it back. She had lost 81 pounds in 4 months, guys. It's 20 pounds a month. We have Pam Middleton. She's a retired registered nurse. And she needed to really reclaim her health. Lost 45 pounds. A1C, cholesterol all became normal. No longer addicted to caffeine and stuff. Pia said 30 pounds in 2 months. No hot flashes or sugar cravings. My wife, menstrual pains went away. No longer diabetic. Now, nothing we say is going to treat, cure, or diagnose anything, but we see some amazing things. Body balancing. We have my friend Amy here, her PCOS, endometriosis, a lot of things. Nothing worked until she tried these. So products that actually work, that people need. If anyone here thought of at least one person that you thought might benefit from this, put a 1 in the comments. Like, the world needs this. They're buying this. They're buying Ozempic and semaglutides and surgeries and a lot of medications and stuff, right? We're giving them a healthier alternative that is actually cheaper than most opportunities, right? So we have that. Number 2, a simple comp plan that can actually pay well. You partner with the company, one-time, lifetime $30 membership. You have access to 50 plus different markets, and you have an opportunity now to really grow something significant. And we have a system that actually works really, really well. All right. So let me go out there and share a couple things here, but it's really simple. When you plug in with us and when you partner with us, we're going to give you access to the #1 paying comp plan in the world and a system that's going to help you to put $500 in your pocket real quick. Lindsay, she's really big on that. And then from there, be able to scale it to something significant. We have a machine, we have a system that makes it really simple that the average person can actually win with. I love this story. We have Robin Perone. Robin was someone that never did this before. She couldn't even afford the drops. She just wanted to use them. So she bought them on a payment plan, lost 5 pounds, started to apply the system, and she crushed it. I mean, she made I think it was 25 grand in her first 8 weeks. And then she made 100,000 actually in her first 6 months. Does everyone do that? No. But hey, if you get 10%, that's pretty cool right there. And along the way, when we saw that there was this amazing product, then we're starting to see professionals come into the game and start to put together a special system. Lindsay and Cindy, they're here right now live. They had done $50 million of sales in their previous businesses. And they swore they would never do another network marketing company again. But they saw that Partner Co had these 5 things I was talking about. Came in 6 weeks, got to the top 1% in the company, already crossed the 6-figure mark in the first month. Actually, right away, it was already like that. Because all these things are working and so many people are there winning as well too. But that also brings us to our special guest today as well. And what I love about Angel and James is, first, they're the salt of the earth. They are, let me just put it this way. They are such a good looking couple. They should just be Barbie and Ken. I just watched Barbie, by the way. They didn't watch Barbie. It was a really good movie. They look perfect in every single way. But what I love about them is that many times people that seem perfect on everything, they're unrelatable. But what I love about James and Angel is they are so humble. They are such team players, and they are hyper intelligent. And when I talk to them, Angel is somebody that's done significant business in her career. I'll have her talk about it. James has consulted over 50 different network marketing companies easily. I'll have them talk about it. But as we speak right now, I don't know if you've been refreshing your volume or anything. I wonder. Check the. All right. Right now, they've already wrapped up senior vice president, their next promotion. And they're it's close from also hitting officers role too, which would be 21, 22 days or something. That's right there. So early congratulations to the both of you two. Absolutely. Well, it's an honor to have you guys. And I'd love for you guys just to be able to share each of your stories in network marketing and kind of what brought you here so far. Is that okay?
Yeah. Who wants to go first? Me? So,
thank you for having us tonight. We feel very honored to be on this call. We just did an event at my daughter's school, and then now we're on Zoom. And I love this industry that you're able to do that, right? And so thank you for having us.
She's watching some TV show over there, snacking on fruit. So yeah. So for me, it's my story is when we used to go through the snow and all this kind of stuff. I've been around this block online marketing for 25 years. It kind of hurts when I say that sometimes. I've seen a little bit, but I'll kind of go all the way back to the beginning because people never really get to hear that much. So before this industry, this working from home model found me, I was very shy. Didn't like human beings at all in any way, shape, or form. And so went to a couple colleges. That didn't work out. They wanted me to show up. I didn't want to. So we didn't agree on that. So I left. That happened about 3 different colleges. And Rutgers University, Seton Hall. I'm a Jersey boy at heart, where I'm originally from.
He had a full scholarship for football, and he turned it down too.
full scholarship for football. Was gonna go, and then 4 days before I was supposed to show up, I was like, nah, that's not gonna do. And I moved in with friends and just moved around for a long time. And a lot of it was fear out of I was really good at football, but I had this fear of going to college and being around people I didn't know. And so looking back, that's really why I didn't do it, because all these expectations of me, doing football, going to college, all that kind of stuff. So I really didn't know what I wanted to do, but I didn't want to have a job. That doesn't really do well when you want to pay bills and you're on your own. And so I went down this weird little path, and I ended up landing into a position where I became an entrepreneur. One of the guys that I was living with was like, "Hey, I've got this power washing business. You want to come do it with me?" I was like, "Sure, I can wash decks. That sounds like good." And I found that I had a real knack for it. I was good at painting decks and all these different things, and so I became a part owner with him at one point. I made it. I had my own condo and all that kind of stuff, and got a dog, got a cat. They wanted to kill each other. The guy who brought the cat down was like, "Hey, you want to like learn what I do?" And he was a dog trainer. And so I became an apprentice of him, and I became a dog trainer. So I was a professional dog trainer. I worked with the U.S. Canine. I've trained thousands of dogs at one time. She always laughs. Her daughter's always like, "You had 50 dogs?"
We're gonna bring our Coco to you, by the way. And if
yeah,
you
there you
can
go.
train her,
You can ship her over.
We'll train your dog.
We'll call it out.
I will pay you a lot of good money. Anyhow.
But I did that, and so I really loved it because I didn't really like to be around people, and I was shy, so I liked being around dogs. But the person that trained me was in personal growth and development. He did a lot of things in neuro-linguistic programming, if you don't know what that is. But I went into that realm because he said, if you're going to be a master dog trainer, it's not really about the dogs, it's about learning how to communicate with people. So then they can train their dog. I was like, oh, okay, great. I'm in this profession that I want to be in because I don't want to be learning about people, and I've got to learn how to talk to people. So I went down this path and got good at it, but realized that, if I didn't show up to train the dog, I didn't get paid. It's just how it was. Even though I was a part owner and I had other people that I trained and stuff like that. And so I was in this place, I'm like, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I bought a house when I was like 20-ish, 21, something like that. And my neighbor, who was very like, didn't hear from her that much, came over on my door one day and went, I was like, "Hey, what's up?" Like, "What do you want, sugar?" And she came to my door, older woman. I knew she was a nurse, and she's like, "Hey, I just started this part-time thing, and I wanted to see. I have to do some presentations for people, and all you got to do is sit there and listen, and I'm gonna get paid." I'm like, "Well, do I get paid?" She's like, "Well, I don't know, but would you be open to helping me?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure. I don't have anything to do." I think it was on a Sunday or something. And so she came over about an hour later with this very portly, I remembered him very vividly, portly Greek guy came over. And I'm like, "Oh gosh, what are we doing here?" I thought he was going to like start flipping watches out of his jacket or something. They came in, they sat down just like this. Let's envision she's a portly Greek guy. She's not, but let's envision that. He takes out this thing, he starts doing this flip chart to me, and I'm like, "What is going on here?" I had no clue what it was. He started doing this flip chart. I'm like, "All right, whatever." I listened for about 40 minutes, and what he said made sense to me because I was a guy that made close to six figures in his 20s, spent a lot of it. Well, let's call it how it is, all of it, and didn't save, didn't have insurance, all kind of stuff. And what they were saying was like, "Hey, you got to buy term insurance. You got to invest the difference. You got to do this. It doesn't cost a lot. You can get started for free." I'm like, "All right, that makes sense." Got to the close of the presentation, and I said, "All right, now what happens?" He's like, "Well, do you want to get the products or do you want to make money?" And I'm like, "Well, I didn't know that was an option, but let's go with the make money part." And he goes, "Well, Heather," that's fine. Her name just popped in my head. "Heather just made $500 if you're going to do the product you told me you were going to do." And I'm like, "But she didn't do anything. What are you talking about?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's how it works. She brings me out on appointments. I do this thing and she gets paid." And I'm like, "For real? Like as many times as she wants to do that?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's how it works." He's like, "We're doing a presentation on Saturday. You should come down and check it out." I'm like, "I'm in. Let's go." Because if I could train dogs, I could train people to do presentations. That sounds easy. And so I went into that, and it turned out to be a financial service network marketing company. And I was like, "Okay, interesting." And then so for the next 7 years, I was in that company and did really well, opened like 2 offices, made lots of money, all this kind of stuff. And I was in network marketing. Now I was in a company that I was like, we're not network marketers. We're financial professionals. And so I had this idea, that's what it was. And then I was recruiting, I'm wrapping up here. So somebody that was in mortgages brought me into his office one day, said, I have to show you something. And he did one of these things. I'm like, oh gosh, what is he going to show me? I got scared. And he takes a black marker out and he starts drawing circles on a board. And I'm like, oh, geez, what are we doing? I don't do those scams, buddy. I'm a financial professional. And he said, no, listen, this is what's going on in the market. You know, you could do this, you could do that. And if you do this, this, and this, you can actually make 7 figures in the next year. And I said, all right, I'll take a look at it. And so I went down this path and I went into the world of a home-based business now, leaving financial services. And for the next 10 years, I was all in and I traveled all over the world, made multiple 6 figures, millions of dollars, all this kind of stuff, made it, spent it, lost it, got it back again, and did like this for a couple years. And then finally found, you know, some companies where I was the first distributor in, I was the top of the company. I worked in the corporate side of some companies. And it's been an interesting ride over the last 25 years. I don't care what industry you're in. If you're in an industry for 25 years, doctor, attorney, you're going to see a lot. I know, James, you've been doing this for 13 years in the same company. You get to see a lot of stuff. And like you mentioned, those 5 things in the beginning, you know, you find out those things are like, you know what? I really need this. You know, startups, you know, that thing is not really in my career right now, where I'm looking for something that's stable but fun. And that's where she entered in. We actually met like we're doing right now in individual squares. That's how we met. But we met.
Someone's soulmate could be on the Zoom right now.
Somebody, you know, who's chatting over here. That's how we met. We met in the chat. Like, hey, what's up? And she has a different story than me, because mine was a longer, almost like a career, right? Yeah. It was a career that developed over 2 decades. Her story is a little different. I'll have her tell hers, because hers, I think, is extremely relatable to anybody on this call. Not many people on this call will say had been in this industry for 25 years. Yeah. And so, but her story is very relatable. But what I've learned is what you need in this business, like you mentioned, and why we were so attracted to this, was systems. We wanted something where not only could we win because of our experience, but other people could win and get the same results. So any questions from that, or you wanted her to share?
I just, a comment, put a 1 in the comments. You're going to get any value from this so far. There's so much wisdom already. And I hope that I'm really excited, especially for the newest people, because if we heard this, James, when we were brand new, oh my gosh, they should save literally decades of time. So I hope you're really into this. I hope you're jotting down massive notes. And it's incredible. Thanks so much. So already, James, Angel.
Oh my gosh. Sorry, I have a little tickle. Of course, right when you're supposed to talk, right? So my story is a little different. I got in the industry about 9 years ago, so not as long as James.
Grandpa over here.
But I was a single mom of 1 child, and I have a 24-year-old son and an 8-year-old daughter. So when my son was little, I was a single mama working 3 jobs, corporate America, working part-time as a personal trainer, and doing all the things as a mom. So all you moms out there, single moms working 3 jobs, making it work, I kudos to you, because I know how hard that is. It's a grind, and I'm just saying, like, this literally saved my life, this business opportunity. And so when my daughter, when I was pregnant with my daughter, who's now 8, her name's Camilla, I broke my ankle when I was 6 months pregnant, had to have surgery, plate screws, the whole 9 yards. And I found myself at home on workers' comp. And we were already struggling financially at that time. And I remember a girlfriend of mine, I was scrolling Facebook, and I saw her on an incentive trip, and I saw palm trees, her in California, sunny. And I'm like, I want to be there. Like, I want to be there. I've always been a visionary. I've always been a dreamer. I'm a Pisces, so we're very dreamers, right? Yes. Yes. And I always knew, though, when I was in corporate America, I always knew that I was destined for something more than a desk job, 9 to 5 cubicle, like what? Right. And so I always knew that, but I'm like, I didn't know how to get there. Right. Because I didn't go to college, all the things. And so when I saw her at an incentive trip, I was like, what are you doing? And so she reached out. She's like, oh, I'm doing this thing. And I was like, okay, well,
It's the thing.
what is it? And she was like, oh, it's like a health and wellness company. And it perked to my ears because at the time I was also a certified holistic health coach. And so I was helping people with their health already. But I was struggling to find clients because unless you're like in a doctor's office or chiropractic office, like it's really hard to get clients. But I saw it as a way because that's when social media was starting to just take off, right? 9 years ago. And I saw it as a way of like, oh, I could get more clients this way, right? And then I can just use their products and have them incorporate it. And so I was like, okay, let's meet. And so we met and she showed me the products and I'm one of those. And if you're on this call, again, kudos that I was like, okay, that's good. I need to go research the ingredients first. Because I am very particular about the ingredients. So if you're one of those, I'm with you on that. And I promise you, Partner Co. has it down. Super clean ingredients. And so this was obviously 9 years ago. So I went home, looked at the ingredients. And then next time we met, I said, can I really make money at this? Because ultimately, I wanted to make money. Let's just be real. I saw the opportunity and she told me how much money she was making and what she was going to be making. And I was like, huh, can I really do this? And she said, yes, if you just do what I tell you to do and you're coachable, you can do it. I said, okay. What what my daughter's dad didn't know at the time was that I said, okay, I'm in. And I spent our rent money to get in.
Rent was due in 2 weeks.
Rent was due in 2 weeks. You'd buy a big pack, all this product, all the things. And I was like, okay, I'm in. I had no idea what I was doing. Zero. I had never been in network marketing before, but I was like, okay, just show me the way. I will do it. Literally a week later, they were having their convention in Dallas, Texas. And that's where I live. And she's like, you got to get to the event. And I'm like,
who?
I don't have any money. Like I just spent my rent money to get in. She's like, you can stay in my room. Just come. Mind you, my daughter was 2 months old, nursing still. Like, I'm like, how am I going to do this? And luckily her dad was like, I'll stay home with her. You go. I'm like, okay. And so I told this story yesterday, but it's very relatable because when you see something and you want something, you make stuff happen. Like you just do it. Like I said, I was still nursing. I know men on this call, sorry, but I was in the Dallas Convention Center every 2 hours. I was going to my car and pumping in the car and going back to the convention center over and over. And I was like, I'll make this work, right? And I stayed the night, got up, and I will never forget. I don't know if any of you on here know Susan Sly. Put a 1 in the chat if you know Susan Sly, but she is phenomenal. And she was closing out the event. And I remember standing in my power pose. She was making us stand in a power pose and claim what we wanted, right? And I was like, I am doing this. Like, I am doing this. And I kept saying that over and over. And I wrote it down. And I was like, I am doing this. Like, and I have God bumps right now because I was like, I have to change my life. Like, I do not want to do this anymore. I don't want to struggle anymore. I don't want to send my daughter to daycare, like all the things. So it was just a defining moment in my life where I was like, no more, like, this is on me. Right. And I'm going to do this. And so I had like literally 1 more week to make rent. And I signed up like 4 people my first week. Right. Because I made a post on Facebook. I was like, I'm doing it. I don't care. Just show me. And I'm one of those, show me what to do. I will do it. And I followed the steps. I was very coachable. I was hungry. Every day I was in Isogenics at the time. I was on isogenicsbusiness.com watching all the videos, like all the trainings, like I'll do whatever it takes. So if you have a burning desire in your heart to make a change, you will do it. And I'm telling you, it's worth every single penny. That first year, I made 6 figures. Now, is that always the case? No. But if you're coachable, you're hungry, you're willing, and you're dedicated, and you decide you want to change your life, you will do it. Like you will do it. And so that's kind of my story. And I, like you said, though, has it been roses every day and so fun and like never been let down? No, it's hard work. But in life, like it's not always going to be great. Right? God doesn't promise us great days every day, right? But if you stay the course, you stay consistent, and you have a burning desire in your life or in your heart to change your life, it will happen. And so we've been on this roller coaster ride. I've been terminated. I've been tried to be silenced. I've had people turn on me in this industry. Like it's hard work, but it's so worth it. It's so worth it. I promise you, if you have a vision bigger than life and for your family, just turn out the naysayers and go, because it's so worth it. I promise you, every little step of the way, it's just totally worth it. So
If
sorry.
you just replayed
I'm
this,
like on fire because I want people to really feel this. Like, if you're sitting there working 3 jobs, struggling, like, you can do it. I promise you, you can. And we will show you how to do it. James will show you how to do it. Becky, Lindsay, Cindy, all that's on this team, they will show you how to do it if you're just coachable and willing to listen and do it.
So true.
Hey, if you just accepted that right there, give me a wave or put a me in the comments below. Like, I watch this replay, like that segment on like for the next 30 days until it becomes you. Like, seriously, thank you so much. Like, we could just end this call right now. It's already be amazing. But
people are like, you spent your rent money. Yeah, I don't really recommend that.
Right.
But I knew it, that I knew that I had to do something to make that shift in my life. So
And the person that enrolled her didn't reach out to her every day and were like, "Hey, Angel, are you gonna do this?" She would like I remember her telling me the story when we were first kind of talking. She's like, "Yeah, I went to my sports team." I was like, "Yeah, I watched all the videos." They're like, "What videos?"
yeah.
Like, all the videos over here. They're like, "I didn't know we had that
So
website."
I will touch on this and I'll let you take
Yeah.
over. Some people will come and they'll say, how do you find the leaders? How do you find the ones? Leaders just show up. Leaders just show up like me. They are committed, they decide, and they go for it. So just remember that.
Yes, huge tips, guys. Okay, so you're now in an interesting phase because right when you decided on Partner Co, you're like a day away from making a post that you're about to launch another business.
Yes, literally.
There's a lot of shifts happening in network marketing. For those of you that don't know this industry, there's over 10,000 companies in the world. Just like with all businesses in the world, post-COVID, there's been a lot of shifts. And especially in this industry, which has had a lot of flack in its days, a lot of innovation, and especially with the advent of this thing, this phone, and what's going on now, a lot of companies are shifting. A lot of companies are shutting down. A lot of leaders are in trouble. And people are looking for an opportunity, but they're not exactly sure, like, if I should do network marketing, or if they want to do network marketing, they're not sure where to come to. And you're having so many conversations, so many people these are major players in our profession. Like, it's kind of like you're recruiting the best of the best in the world right now. So I'm curious, what is that you guys see? And I hope this makes sense. Even if someone's brand new right now, you're like, well, I haven't made 7 figures. Well, question, who here would want to make 7 figures or have someone that made that in your downline, right? Like in your team. So if you know how they think, then you're able to verbalize this, then you too can become that as well. So that's why I want to ask this for you guys. So what do you think is happening now, James and Angel? Like, why are people flocking here? What's different? Why did you guys come here even?
Yeah, I think in this industry, because I've been here for a long time, right? And I've seen the good, the bad, the ugly, no matter what you are, if you're in industry long enough, you're going to see a lot of stuff. And with me, I've gone into the consulting role and everything. So I kind of see the conversations that most people never hear about, and you would never believe if I even told you about it. But I think what's going on in this industry, and really just the world in general, this is even a bigger conversation than just our industry. It's everyone's becoming exposed. Like, you can't really hide anymore. Back in the day, 10, 15, 20 years ago, you could hide. You could hide that you weren't really a good person. You could hide that maybe you're doing some backwards deals. You could hide that. No one really see it unless they were internal. Here, with social media and the internet, it's really exposed companies. It's exposed people. You no longer have to take people at their word. You can Google them. You can Facebook stalk them. You can figure out who they are, where you couldn't do that a couple years ago. And so it's gone into the network marketing home-based business industry, which includes like Party Plan and all these different types of companies. Anything you're doing from your home where you don't have to buy this pen and sell the pen. The pens are online. I send a link to somebody, they buy the pen. So the question is how do we get people to do that? And you have to do it in a way that with social media, when it came out, it was easy. You know, when Facebook just started, you could post a pen and all your friends would be like, oh my gosh, where'd you get the pen from? I need the pen. Now you post a picture of the pen and people are like, oh, geez, James posted another freaking pen. My Lord, I'm blocking James. I don't want to watch him anymore. I'm like, but it's just a pen. What are you talking about? So you got through this, and all these companies and people are now exposed. And that's what I think 2020 really did that too. It even did it even more because all we had to do was look at our computers and research and look and all this kind of stuff. And so a lot of the companies in this industry, they were brought up on social media and they became very successful on social media, which created false success. Because if you are handed $1 million, if everyone on this call handed you all $1 million today, the facts are 90% of you would be broke in 5 years. It's just the facts. That's why the lottery is still the lottery and everyone plays it. Because so the success was kind of handed to people during social media if they got in at the right time. Now, over the last couple of years, everyone's like, wait a minute, social media is kind of not working. How do I do this business? Wait a minute. No one's buying this product when I post it online. What's going on? And because it really comes down to the core drivers, and this is where I'm landing the plane on why are people coming to this company? Because people are realizing that you need core, strategic, long-term thinking, not, oh my gosh, everyone needs this pen. It really comes down to, hey, where can I see myself with people around me that want me to live my life and get better in every way? Because that's how this industry was 20 years ago. You know, people that have made billions of dollars, like in eBay, like those guys that started companies, they came out of this industry back in the day. They didn't make a lot of money at Amway, but they learned stuff. And they came out of it and they became billionaires. Like, where did, I think it's called the eBay Mafia or something like that. All the people that made those companies came from network marketing at some point. They learned their skill set. And so I think that's what we're coming back to, because at its core, this home-based business, like where I was, 25 years ago, where I was shy, didn't like being around people. If you put me on this Zoom or on a stage, I'd probably pass out and you wouldn't be able to wake me up. Now you can't shut me up. And those are learned things, right? And I think people are getting attracted to Partner Co. because it's the idealistic understanding of, yes, we want this to be a partnership where the company has our back and they support us as an entrepreneur. It's not your job, James, to sell our pen. It's not their pen you're selling. It's a community of people going towards a specific goal. Like Angel said, yes, the products have to perform, but the reason that someone's going to purchase the pen from you is you, not the pen. And that's what people have to get. The people go, oh, well, you're competing with Amazon. I do not compete with Amazon. Now, if you can get Jeff Bezos on the phone right now and you're buying from Jeff Bezos, you're buying from that relationship, then maybe there. But it's the relationship that we have here. So that's what I see with Partner Co. It's that stability to create those relationships and feel safe about what you're doing with people. And when you're exposing them to this, that they're not going to get hurt. And that's a big thing.
Yeah, I think for me, it's more like kind of like what you said with social media. Like when I first started, it was more opportunity. Yeah. Like people really got in for the opportunity. And then, like you said, in 2020, all I think like it was more of the product, what hype, and there was like so much hype around products and ground floor opportunity and startups. And like it became this like flashy thing where people that had been in companies for a long time started leaving and going to like all these new startup things. And it seemed like it was like this trend to be in a startup was cool, right? Like you're in the cool kids club if you're in the startup and you got it at the beginning and like, it just became this overwhelming sense of like, oh my gosh, so-and-so is going to this company. Who's going to this company? We were so mesmerized, I guess, of like, who is going where, right? And we became very familiar with who the leaders were in these network marketing companies and where they were going and comparing our own success and our own self to these leaders. Yeah. And I got caught up in it too. And so, all these flashy things, I think now why Partner Co. is people are done. They're done chasing it. They just want to be around good people,
Business.
CEOs that have old money, not new money, right? That like have money to back it up. And they're doing it for a mission-led service, right? Like they're mission minded is what I meant to say. Sorry, mission minded, and they already know where they're going. They already have a vision, and I'm like, I want to be around people that have a vision,
right,
that know where they're going, that are humble, that are good servant leaders. They have good hearts. Yes, the product's great, but it's not all about the product all the time, right? It's about all of it. And, you know, so many years we've been caught up in this company and that product and this leader, and I'm done. Like, I think we're just so done. And like being around you and Becky and Cindy and Lindsay and Darren,
refreshing.
It's just so refreshing to like be around good-hearted people that want everyone to win. And can we just talk about the collaboration here at Partner Co? I have never
25 years.
I have goosebumps right now. Never in 9 years been around so many leaders that truly collaborate on every level. And I've heard in your partners meetings that y'all collaborate on a higher level. And I'm like, that's so crazy. Like usually it's like you're fighting sideline, right? Oh, what are they doing over there? Oh, we're not telling you, right? No, everyone collaborates here, and it truly is a partnership, and it's so refreshing. And I just feel at home here because I feel a lot of people that have had MLM, PTSD, or they've been hurt, they can have a safe place here.
So true.
And I keep hearing that word over and over here, and it's true. Like we feel safe again, and we feel like we can really plant our flag here. And I think that's why so many people are leaning in, because not only are they feeling the same thing, but also the machine that we keep talking about, that allows people to come in, look in their own terms, on their own terms, figure out what we're doing, and then just sign up. Like it's like that easy. So that's why I feel like everyone's leaning into Partner Co, because they're feeling it too. Like they're so done with the hype. They're so done with all this other drama stuff. They just want, you know, good people, good product, and good comp plan.
This is huge, because I think we all want the same thing in life. We want success, but we also want significance. Right? We want to know that what we did meant something. We want to feel good about what we're doing. There's so many different ways to make money, but anyone that's just only tried to chase money, which is not a bad thing in itself, but if you just try to chase it, there's nothing fun about that. And just like what you said, both in this industry, but also just in the world, I think this last couple of years has been a big shakeup, a wake-up call on like what actually matters. And what you're saying is that's what's found here, and it happens to be a network marketing business, and it happens to have amazing products and amazing systems. And when you just bring all these good people together, you're starting to see this momentum spike. Momentum is a scary word to use, hypey word, right? I don't think we're there yet. Like, I don't think we're there yet. Like, what do you guys think? James, I have your chart here, by the way, of momentum and everything and how it works, but
right,
I'll pull it up. But where do you think we are in this company's history? Like, in your opinion? Here it is.
This is a good chart. So, and I don't know if you have the little icon that goes on it, but I actually think we're more down to the left in a way, because, you know, I don't think, because this company is built on 25 years of business experience. One of the products has been around for 25 years. One of the products has been around 9 years. And these are iconic brands. I was having this conversation with somebody earlier today. You know, you want iconic brands, but it's hard to predict an iconic brand, right? You know, all like you mentioned, all these startups, like, oh, this is going to be the next thing, the next juice, the next pill. It's going to just revolutionize the entire world. It's purple, it's pink, it's yellow, it's green, all these different things. There's no way anyone can say this is going to be the next Apple. You just can't. So, but here, those are kind of already proven. Like the slenderized system, the drops, the Daishinoni, the Limu, all those things have been proven in the market for decades already. I don't believe they've been marketed socially the best of their ability, and that's why you're seeing, you know, that's why Lindsay went and purchased a hormone drop from a dude on TikTok, because she was like, what's going on here? there's something.
I.e. James.
And she was gravitated toward James because she's like, there's something about this guy
Yes.
that it's not about the product, remember. And she thought it was about the product when she was looking at it. But she knew deep down there's like something about this guy that I want to align with, and that product sounds cool, so I'm gonna buy it. And that's why she took that leap. And so again, it's not really all about the product. The product is what gets people in the door. And when they get in the door, you know what that's an invitation for? For you to change their lives. That's what the invitation is. The invitation is not like, oh, to lose weight, get energy. Listen, you can go to Target right now and go buy anything off the shelf and get energy and weight loss and whatever you want to do, shots, all that stuff that's out there right now.
Mm-hmm.
There's anything you do. That's not what this company is about. This company is about partnering with you to change your life. And I'll tell you, the easiest way to do that is if I put an extra $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 in your pocket every single month to get you out of debt, to get you to up your lifestyle, to be able to give more, to receive more, to do more things that money allows you to do. It's a magnifier. So if you're bad, it'll magnify that. If you're good, it'll magnify that. And that's where we change lives. And so you have these iconic brands that allow people to go, ooh, that's an iconic brand. Because I had somebody today, they're like, so when did this launch? It seems so exciting. I'm like, 12 years ago. They're like, what? And that actually gets people excited. They get excited. They're like, whoa, this is fun and it's proven. Like, I don't have to wonder if these drops are going to be around in 10 years.
Yep.
They're going to be around in 10 years. They've been around for 10 years before that. You know, are they going to work for every single human being? No, college doesn't work for everybody either, obviously.
Funny.
You know? So I think that's the biggest thing is that.
Don't tell your kids.
Yeah, don't tell your kids. So that's the thing with that chart. We're so not even close to momentum because internally we have lots of conversations with people that are on the Partners Council, like James and like our Lanika and Greg and all these different people that are on the Partnership Council. They're like, guys, you guys have no clue what's coming out over the next 12 months. You know, this company, the back office, the technology, the enrollment, compensation is getting even better. They pay out 51 cents on the dollar. You know, this is a true partnership company. It's going to be something that we say this a lot. I've said this before, man, people are going to say a year from now, I wish I got in then. And it sounds weird because the company's been around for 25 years. And I'm saying that now because, again, it's new blood, new executive team, new way of doing marketing. I feel like if somebody comes in and they figure out how to market notepads better, you'll sell more notepads. Mm-hmm. So a lot of it comes down to marketing and the leadership team that we have here. But that's kind of where I think we are. We're not even knocking on the door of momentum. We're like maybe 6 to 12 months away from that. Like,
yeah, the best leaders haven't even come in.
No one. Yeah, yes. People are just learning. They're like, wait a minute. That's a thing? I've never heard of that thing. Mm-hmm. They've heard of maybe some products that we have, but they're like, so what's exciting about it? And then they lean into the machine and they lean into Cindy and they lean into Lindsay and you and Becky and they lean in and they go, wait a minute. These are the people here? So are we selling bananas? Because it doesn't really matter at that point what we're doing. I just want to be around these people.
People just crave community and culture. Huge. They really do, especially after 2020. We all obviously miss that.
Yeah.
And that's a huge thing for me. Like we've been in companies where I'm like, there's no culture here. Like I'm bored.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And I don't mean that in a very negative way, but
we get a job and be bored.
People crave community and culture, and making an income is a great side effect of that, right? So I think it's just very, we need it right now.
I love that.
We need
it's a side effect of culture.
Yeah.
I've never heard you say it. That's good. Write that down.
Yes. Recorded even better.
Oh, good.
James and Angel, so much wisdom, so many nuggets. Thank you for your contribution. Congratulations on everything so far and so many more things to come as well too. Guys, throw your favorite emoji in the chat, give them some love. And you know, just some last notes on this is I just think, how do you lose when you're around people like them? Right? Like you can just feel the transparency. And this is what you feel from James and Angel is actually what you feel across PartnerCo as a company. Whether I was just doing a call for Africa, you feel the same thing. I did a call for Australia, same thing. Like Europe, same thing. This is like a global movement that when I take a look at this chart, Like I got, it's hard for me to get really excited because, you know, we hear this and we're around this all the time, but it got so fired up. Is anyone else fired up right now? Like, I'm like, I have like, I'm like blood's moving through my veins right now. Cause I look at this and I'm like, it's a time attack right now. To do what? Of course, we have our own goals and things that we want. But the time, this is honestly how I feel. There's a unique moment of opportunity right now that the world is looking for something different. And I honestly feel like I've seen it already. I've seen friends of mine that were top money earners in other company just leave, but they joined somewhere else. I'm like, dang it, if only I talked to them first, because when you know you have the best, it feels like an obligation to share this message with other people. And there's so much pain out there because of what people don't know. But we know we have something massive. We have something special, and it's still small enough, but we need an activated leadership crew, like each and every single one of you. If you accept this call, we're on a mission to be able to share this out there. When people feel it, they're never going to want to unfeel this thing. It's incredible. So with that said, let me ask this question, guys. Who here can legitimately see an opportunity with what's happening here, right? Give me a wave or put a me in the comments below. Because if you are brand new, next step, get back with your friend, ask them next steps, partner up, get plugged into the system, into the machine, just follow the stuff, be coachable like how Angel was. She already showed us the success tips right there. And we love to cheer for you as we continue to move forward there and continue to immerse yourself in the community. I want to give one more invitation. If you're watching this live, in around a week from now, we have a special celebration event in our wellness community. Everyone here is welcome. You're going to hear a lot of amazing stories on what the products are doing. Today, we only had so much time on what the products are doing, but if you want to understand that, come on to this. It's March 27th, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, free event, raffles, fun, inspiration. You're going to meet someone from corporate, Christine McKay. You're going to meet incredible stories and just hear that. But this is one that you're going to want to promote and pack. We have limited seating. It's free, but it's limited. So you want to make sure you register and get people registered there as well, too. All right, everyone. Well, hey, other than that, it's an honor to have each and every single one of you here today. This is something special. James and Angel, thanks again. And thank you, everybody, for your attention today. Have a great one, guys. Feel free to unmute yourself.